the question asks you the first thing. Okay, so think about what's the first thing that you do. What's the first activity that you do after coming back from school? Okay, don't involve with the one that I said, just like karaokeing. Oh no. Okay, so this is just to show how you can respond to this particular question. Okay, now this one, if you see slashes here, this is considered or. Okay, so it's either one. It's either you want to say take a shower, or you either want to say um, I eat my lunch prepared by my mother, or prepared by my father or sister or brother, or you go to Pak Ali's restaurant to grab lunch, something like that, right? Because this is just for you to be comfortable for the next part. All right, so don't be too stressed up when it comes to this particular part. Okay, this is just for you. I can say just to stand by. Okay, just to stand by and make yourself really calm, and then only you get to the little more serious. All right. Now, moving on, I'm sure that you can answer this very well. For those of you who are here, I'm sure that you will do very well for your part one. Okay, this is still on part one. Okay, now if you are given a question about your leisure time, what do you enjoy doing? Okay, so think about that one particular activity that you enjoy doing. Or if you are given another question, like what do you do when you have free time? So think about the activity that you do, that you enjoy doing the most. So how you can respond to this. So these are some of the suggested responses. So according to the leisure time, you can say, I always spend my leisure time playing. Okay, this one is optional. Okay, you can switch it to whatever verbs that is to your leisure time. All right, so don't just take from my given word here. Okay, you can switch it to some other verb as well. Okay, so think about maybe I always spend my leisure time um, cooking, right? Cooking and baking cakes. So you can see here that you have a verb of cooking and another verb of baking, or in another part of grammar, this is actually called gerund. Okay, but this is just to differentiate. All right, so it doesn't have to be playing only. Okay, right? So again, you can use cooking, or you can use baking, you can use other verbs involved, or other gerunds involved. If you prefer to say listening, right? I always spend my leisure time um, maybe listening to my favorite music, right? On on YouTube, or on Spotify, or something like that. All right, so you can say this as well. But if you are given a question of free time, then you got to respond this way. If I have free time, choose whichever. I sometimes, or I always, or often. Okay, whichever. Okay, whichever, but it follows on the frequency. How long do you spend for that particular activity? Okay, so in this particular example given, if I have free time, maybe you want to use sometimes. I sometimes Watch a movie, right? Watch a movie with my with my friends or with my classmates. All right, so you can say this as well. If you feel like using the word go, then mention about the place that you go. I go to Pak Ali restaurant, right? Or I go to Starbucks, something like that, if you have free time. All right, so that is how you can try and provide your responses. So these are just suggested ones, but if you have something in mind, please make sure that you prep yourself with this kind of responses. Okay, so do not try and just mention that one particular word, like how do you spend your leisure time. If the interlocutor asks you that, then you will just say, I like cooking. That's it. Oh no, do you think you will get a good score? No, I do not think so. So try your level best to always come up with an explanation or maybe an example. And for this one, you are listening to your favorite music on Spotify. Okay, you are being specific. Okay, so be specific in your responses. Now, next one. Okay, another sharing of the suggested responses. So if the interlocutor asks you about what you do on weekends, so think about what you do on weekends. So weekends can either be Friday, Saturday for certain states, Friday, Saturday, and for most of the states in Malaysia here, we have Saturday, Sunday. All right. So think about the activities that you do on weekends. And I have for you a few suggested responses, and you can reply this way. On weekends, I still have online tuition classes to attend. If your respond was about having online tuition class after you come back from school, and this is optional actually, this word here, but I'm just going to erase this. If you feel like you don't like the word still, then you can say on weekends I have tuition classes to attend. Or maybe if you want to be more specific, okay, to emphasize a little bit more, to put more details, on weekends I have online tuition classes of English and maths to attend. Okay, so you can involve these subjects if you have these subjects. Okay, but if you have more than two, much better that you keep to a maximum of 3 classes. Okay, so if you want to say English, maths, and science, then that's all. All right, but if you want to mention about a specific day, okay, a specific day, if the interlocutor asks you about a specific day on the weekend, so what do you do on Sunday, for example, right? So Selangor, Kuala Lumpur has Sunday off, right? So you can mention on Sunday, what do you do? In this case, I am providing you with, I spend time catching up with my parents and little sister. If you have siblings of a little sister or little brother, then you can mention this. If you are doing this, if you don't do this, if you are not doing it, then you can replace it. Maybe you can say on Sunday, I spend some time with my cousins. If you have a close by cousins around. So I spend time with my cousins, and we go out and enjoy a nice lunch together. If you are doing this every Saturday or every Sunday or every Friday, it depends on whatever day. Okay, but if you don't do this at all, you go out, enjoy nice lunch together, or go jogging with family at the nearest park, either in the morning or evening. If you don't do all this, then think about at least one activity. Think of one activity. How about the rest of the class? How about Alex Lim? Alex Lim, what do you do? What do you do on Saturday? What do you do? Hok Meng, what do you do on a Saturday? And even No Fatiha, what do you do on a Saturday? Okay, let's keep it to that one day. So what do you do on a Saturday? Let's see how would you respond to this question. What do you do on a Saturday? What do you do? Okay, I hope that you are typing something in the chat box. All right, so think about one activity at least for you to try and respond to the question. So think of that one particular activity, then explain if you feel that it's not enough. Explain, or you can also provide example as well. All right, and here I have for you a suggested one, like you go jogging. So this is one activity, and you are providing another detail, my family, and again another detail, the nearest park, either in the morning or evening. So this person here, if you answer it this way, then you are good enough. You are providing a lot of vocabulary for your response. Okay, now let's move on to part two. Is there any question?